perform sex change operation and send them back home.
Not Jimmy anymore, it's Tamara, but I will.
I know nothing about QAnon. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about the indictment.
I know nothing about WikiLeaks.
I have no idea who these women are.
Trump loves to wrap himself in the flag while veterans wait 8 months for mental health appointments. Let that sink in. A guy who got 5 draft deferments is making real heroes suffer. Meanwhile, Congressman Seth Moulton, who actually fought in combat, is exposing Trump's fake patriotism. We're about to show you how Trump's planning to slash 70,000 VA jobs while the economy tanks under his watch. Spoiler alert, veterans are pissed. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever wonder why a guy who dodged the draft 5 times suddenly acts like Captain America at rallies? The answer is about to make your blood boil. Congressman Seth Moulton isn't just another politician running his mouth. He served 4 combat tours in Iraq as a Marine, while Trump was playing golf and blaming those pesky bone spurs. The contrast couldn't be more stark if it was drawn with a Sharpie on a hurricane map. While the orange turd wraps himself in the flag and calls himself the best president for veterans, real heroes are suffering in silence, waiting months for basic health care. It's like watching someone win an Oscar for a role they didn't even show up to film.
His eggs are a disaster. The Secretary of Agriculture is going to be showing you a chart that's actually mind-boggling what's happened, how low they were with us and how high they are now. I think. I'm always thinking. Do you ever do that? You're sweating and you're thinking and you're trying to figure out.
The contrast is almost comical. Trump cultivates this tough guy image complete with his little fist pumps and threatening gestures while showing nothing but contempt for people who actually put their lives on the line. Veterans in Moulton's district are waiting 8 months for mental health appointments. Let that sink in. Suicidal veterans told to hang in there for another 90 days, while Donnie Diapers jets off to Mar-a-Lago for another round of overcooked steak and ketchup. The priorities couldn't be clearer if they were written in neon lights on Trump Tower. Not a single Trump kid served despite being perfect age for post-9/11 wars. Not Donald Jr., not Eric, not Ivanka. But that doesn't stop them from posing as champions of military families. It's like watching a family of chickens pretend they're eagles while hiding in their gold-plated coop. What really sets Moulton apart isn't just his service record, it's that he actually uses VA healthcare himself. Unlike politicians who talk about supporting veterans while enjoying premium congressional health plans, he's literally fighting for his own care. When he talks about fixing the VA, he's not just paying lip service. He's in the waiting room with every other vet. But Trump's idea of supporting the troops seems limited to taking selfies with generals while behind closed doors, calling fallen soldiers losers and suckers.
The American dream is dead.
If I did it, you would be standing up in that chair shouting at me. And you know what I'd do? I'd say, you got me.
Multiple sources confirmed these disgusting comments, but somehow his supporters keep pretending they never happened. Perhaps the most revealing moment came at Arlington Cemetery, where Trump reportedly stood before a general's son's grave and asked, what was in it for them? As if sacrifice for something greater than yourself was completely alien to him. For a man obsessed with deals and profits, the concept of selfless service might as well be written in Sanskrit. If words reveal character, actions reveal priorities. Trump's team is quietly planning the most devastating cuts to veteran services in modern history, slashing 70,000 VA jobs while veterans already wait months for basic care. And guess who's holding many of those soon-to-be eliminated positions? The veterans themselves. While Captain Bone Spurs is busy hugging flags and pretending to care about our troops, his so-called Department of Government Efficiency, seriously, that's what this clown named it, is preparing to gut the very institution created to care for those who served.
Who are they? And it's possible that a lot of those people will be actually fired. And if that happened, that's okay, because that's what we're trying to do.
I said, And they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage. When they said I looked thinner.
It's like promising to fix your neighbor's roof and then stealing all their shingles instead. The VA wasn't exactly overstaffed to begin with. Veterans already face wait times that would make the DMV look like a fast food drive-thru. Now imagine what happens when 70,000 fewer people are there to answer phones, process claims, and provide actual health care. It's like removing half the lifeboats from a sinking ship and calling it an efficiency upgrade. Here's where it gets extra nasty. These cuts create a brutal double whammy for military families. Many military spouses who already sacrifice stable careers to support their partners through deployments and relocations find work in these federal jobs. Now those families face the prospect of losing both stability and income.
In financial year 2026, it requires saving $4 billion per day, every day, from now through the end of September. But we can do it, and we will do it.
Nobody knows more about trade than me.
Nobody knows the system better than me.
Nobody knows the banking industry better than me.
Nobody knows more about environmental impact statements.
Nothing says thanks for your service like making sure your entire household becomes unemployed, right? The pattern is as clear as the spray tan on Trump's face. A guy who never put on a uniform himself has zero problem yanking away healthcare, jobs, and benefits from those who did. It's the ultimate disrespect, all while he's staging photo ops with flags bigger than his actual respect for service members. And it's not like there's no money to go around. The same administration that's somehow forced to slash veterans' benefits magically discovers endless cash for tax cuts that benefit billionaires and corporations. Funny how that works. It's almost like the priorities are, what's the word? Oh right, completely screwed up. Veterans have noticed this blatant betrayal. They're organizing protests against the VA cuts, and polling shows Trump's support among veterans dropping faster than his excuses about why he couldn't serve.
We'll take a look at TikTok.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok.
We're not doing anything with TikTok.
Joe Biden is responsible for banning TikTok.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're going to have to get a change.
Turns out people who risked everything for their country don't appreciate being treated as disposable budget items by someone who thinks patriotism is wearing flag pins while dismantling veteran services. So there you have it, folks. Congressman Seth Moulton put it perfectly when he said, "The choice is crystal clear. A real patriot who serves his country versus a guy who thinks patriotism means hugging flags at rallies while gutting veteran services behind their backs." That pretty much sums up this whole ridiculous situation. Let's be honest, we're not even debating whether Trump respects our troops anymore. That ship has sailed, crashed into an iceberg, and sunk to the bottom of the ocean. The real question is, how many more flag-hugging photo ops will Trump's supporters need before they realize they've been conned by a fake patriot? The orange turd can wrap himself in the stars and stripes all day long, but his actions speak louder than his flag-groping ever could. Veterans deserve better than empty gestures from a man who thinks patriotism is just another prop for his ego.